Picture this. You're 30,000 feet above the Atlantic. The cabin lights are low, most passengers half asleep, flight attendants moving quietly with cups of water. Everything feels routine till the calm breaks. The captain's voice comes over the intercom, unsteady, strained. "Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. If there are any combat pilots on board, please come forward immediately." A ripple of confusion sweeps through the cabin. Heads turn. Whispers spread. In row 10, a young woman jolts awake. No one could have imagined that what she did next would decide the fate of everyone on that aircraft. Her name was Alina Carter. She was 29 years old, a former Air Force fighter pilot who had left the military 2 years earlier after a mission that went horribly wrong. She was traveling quietly, hair pulled back, wearing jeans and a hoodie, just another passenger trying to escape the noise of life. No one knew her history. No one knew she had once flown F-16s, survived dogfights, and stared death in the face more times than she could count. Alina had boarded the flight searching for peace. Headphones on, a half-read book resting on her lap, exhaustion pulling her toward sleep. But when the captain's words cut through the cabin, her heart snapped awake. Combat pilots. Why would a commercial aircraft need one? She unbuckled her seatbelt slowly, torn between instinct and the desperate wish to remain invisible. Images of her last mission flooded her mind, the explosion, her squadron, the comrades she couldn't save. She had promised herself she was done with flying, done with being a hero. But something in the urgency of the captain's voice told her lives were already hanging by a thread. She stepped into the aisle. Eyes followed her. Whispers rose. "What's happening? Is she really a pilot?" Alina ignored them, her jaw set as she moved forward. Inside the cockpit, reality was worse than she expected. The captain was ghostly pale, sweat dripping down his face. The co-pilot sat slumped and unconscious, his oxygen mask crooked. Warning alarms screamed from the panels as the aircraft bucked through violent turbulence. The captain swallowed hard. "We've lost autopilot. My co-pilot's out. Turbulence damaged the controls. If I go down too, this plane won't make it." Lena's training took over. She scanned the instruments, her fingers brushing the controls like reconnecting with an old part of herself. Commercial jets weren't fighter planes, but the laws of flight were burned into her instincts. "I can do this," she said, steady and calm. The captain stared at her. "Who are you?" She met his eyes. "Call sign Viper, United States Air. Force retired. I'll take the co-pilot seat." Lena gripped the yoke as lightning tore across the sky outside, illuminating terrified faces in the cabin. Oxygen masks dropped. Passengers screamed as the plane lurched violently. Alina forced her breathing to slow. She had flown through missile fire, dodged death at supersonic speeds. Compared to that, this storm was just another enemy. "Left engines fluctuating," she muttered, adjusting power. "Hydraulics are failing," the captain warned. "Then we fly it like a wounded bird," Lena replied, her voice hard as steel. She guided the aircraft through pockets of turbulence, riding unstable air currents with the same precision she once used in combat. Every correction mattered. Too sharp, and the plane could tear itself apart. Too gentle, and they'd lose altitude. In the cabin, passengers clung to one another, unaware that the quiet woman from row 10 was their only chance. Little girl whispered. To her mother? "Is she an angel?" Tears streamed down the woman's face as she nodded. Minutes blurred into hours. Fuel dwindled. The storm refused to ease. Elena's arms ached. Her nerves burned, but she didn't waver. Through the rain and darkness, she spotted a faint strip of lights cutting through the storm. A coastal air base runway. "This is Delta 473, she said into the radio. "Former USAF pilot at the controls, questing emergency landing." Static crackled, then a calm voice answered. "Copy that, Viper. You're cleared to land." "We're with you?" The runway rushed toward them. Crosswinds slammed the aircraft, trying to force it off course. Passengers prayed, cried, and made promises to God. Alina shut it all out. Her world narrowed to the yoke in her hands, the runway ahead, and the steady rhythm of her heart. "Easy, steady," she whispered. The wheels hit the ground, screeching. Against the asphalt, The plane bounced once, then again, before slamming down hard. Elena fought the controls, engaging reverse thrust, muscles screaming until finally mercifully. The aircraft rolled to a stop, silence followed. Then the cabin erupted with applause, sobs, and cheers. Elena removed her headset, hands trembling. "Ah!" The captain looked at her with tears in his eyes. "You just saved 300 souls." Elena shook her head softly. "No, they saved me." Years she had carried unbearable guilt, believing she didn't deserve to keep living after those she'd lost. But in that cockpit, fighting to save strangers, she rediscovered her purpose. When she stepped into the cabin, passengers rose too, their feet clapping, crying, reaching for her hand. The little girl ran forward and wrapped her arms around Elena's leg. "Thank you, Angel." Elena smiled through tears. The first time in years she felt whole. A woman who wanted to disappear became a hero in the sky. Lena Carter never asked for medals, fame, or recognition. She only wanted peace, and, by saving others, she finally found it. Life is unpredictable. Sometimes the person you least expect carries the strength to save everyone. Row 10 will never be forgotten because that's where an angel was sleeping, waiting for the call. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs hope today. Like, comment your thoughts, and subscribe for more cinematic stories that reveal the hidden strength inside ordinary people.